Hi everyone. In our previous videos, we were writing Java program using the default text editors of various operating systems. For example, TextEdit in Mac OS, Notepad in Windows, and so on. Now it's time to move to powerful IDEs. There are several powerful IDEs we have like Visual Studio Code, Eclipse, JetBrains, and many more. Throughout the series, we're going to use two important and powerful IDEs. Number one is Visual Studio Code and number two is Eclipse. Initially, when we learn core Java, we're going to use Visual Studio Code. And once we get into object-oriented programming and starts application development, then we will switch to Eclipse. Today, in this video, we will set up Visual Studio Code to write and run Java programs. Let's begin. So first, let's reach Google and let's type Visual Studio Code download and press enter. And immediately we can go for the very first option, and once we click on it, we see the options for various operating systems. And now we are trying to set up Visual Studio Code in Mac. So let's go to Mac. So once you click on Mac, the download automatically begins. If the download is not automatically starting, then click on this direct download link. Now the download is finished. Once the download is finished, let's click on that file. Once you click on the file, you see a pop-up. On the left side, you see the icon of Visual Studio Code. Just click and drag and drop into the application folder. Now the Visual Studio Code will be copied to the system. And once the copying process is over, you can find Visual Studio Code in your applications. Or just click on the apps in the dock and type VS and you find Visual Studio Code. Just click on it and it will ask you, Visual Studio Code is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Yes. Click on open. And now the Visual Studio Code is launched. Once the Visual Studio Code is launched, we need to install few extensions and fine-tune few settings. Let's start with extensions. Now on the left side, we find a lot of icons. And the last icon is called as extensions. Click on that. And now you see a search bar, and in the search bar, we'll go with our first extension, which is Extension Pack for Java. And the very first extension that shows up is the very same extension pack for Java, and this needs to be installed. And you might wonder, what is the purpose of all this extension? Let's install all the required extensions one after the other, and finally by the end of this video, let's write a simple Java program and then understand how these extensions are going to help us. So the first extension is Extension Pack for Java, perfectly installed. And the second extension is going to be something called as ErrorLens. And the very first extension that we find is ErrorLens, and then please click on install, trust publisher and install. The extension is installed. So far we have installed two extensions. Now the third extension is for the themes, and there is a theme called as AYU, AYU, and this is giving us various theme options and it's beautiful. So that is something we want to install, and once we install the theme AYU, it's asking for us some option. AYU dark, dark bordered, light, and many more. So I am going with AYU dark, and you can choose whatever theme you want. And the last extension that I just wanted to install is regarding the fonts, and which is JetBrains space Mono. This is a font style. So the very first extension, JetBrains Mono, we have to install this as well. And once you install this, there is a pop-up which lists all the font files. And as of now, this is not important. Let's move back to the editor. So we have installed all the required extension as of now. So we totally have installed 4 extensions. One is Extension Pack for Java. Second one is ErrorLens, third one is IU, fourth one is JetBrains Mono, and we have installed all these extensions successfully. Now there are 2-3 settings to be fine-tuned, and the first one is go to File, and you see an option called as Auto Save. Click on it to enable it, so that whenever you write any code, you need not to manually save them. The code automatically gets saved. That's a very important feature. And then on the left side, at the bottom, you see an icon for settings. Click on that. Again, you find settings. Click on it. And now the very first option is the font size of the editor. I will make it 24, which is comfortable for me. And you choose whatever the font size which is comfortable for you. So you can change the font size whenever it's required. And below, you can see the font family is JetBrains Mono. So we can confirm that whatever extension we installed is perfectly working now. And then you also see an option called as Format on Save. So we have to enable that. Suppose if you are writing code without any proper indentation, no formatting also, whenever the code is saving, the code gets automatically formatted. That is also a very beautiful feature, especially for beginners. So that's it. So whatever extensions are required and whatever the fine-tuning of settings, everything is successfully done. Now let's write simple Java program to see how the IDE is working and how the extensions that we installed are helping us. So let's go ahead. So before writing the simple Java program, let's first open a folder in which we are going to save our files. So first I go to File and then I click on the Open Folder option. Once we click on the Open Folder option, I'm going to Documents, and in the Documents I already have a folder called as Java Course, and within that I already have a folder called as Introduction. Again, I'm opening it and then I click on Open. So now I have opened that Introduction folder, inside which I'm going to save all my files. So after opening the folder, now I'll again go back to File and click on New Text File. And now you see a new text file on the right side. So now before starting, I'm going to just save this file. So I'll click on Command S. We have to give a file name here. So the file name is going to be firstprogram.java is going to be the extension. And already the folder is by default Introduction because that's the folder which is already opened. So let's click on Save. And now you see firstprogram.java, the file is saved now. Okay, and also see in some time you're seeing public class first program. So this is all done by the extension pack we installed. That extension is helping us. Once we save a Java program, it is finding the name of the Java program, because in our previous videos we have learned that the name of the class has to be the name of the file. So once you save a file with the name first program, it is automatically creating a class with the name first program. This is automatically done by the extension pack for Java. Now we started understanding how the extensions are helping us. So now inside this, we will write public static void main. That's a skeleton, right? But to write that public static void main, we need not to write all of them. Let's write PSVM and press enter. How does this happen? This magic also happens because of the extension pack for Java. So now within this main method, let me write system.out. So can you able to see one more thing? Notice while typing on the right side, I see syntax error, insert variable declaration. So while typing, if there is any error, that error message will be shown in the same line itself. And this is happening. We didn't still compile. We didn't still execute it. But before doing all these things, while typing itself, if there is any error, that error message is shown. This is because of the extension ErrorLens. So let's continue typing. So I'll go with system.out.print off, a message called as hello Java. Still that error message is there because we did not give semicolon, which is rule in Java. So let us give semicolon. Now there is no error. That error message is gone. That's how ErrorLens is going to help us. So now we have written a very simple Java program. And now you see there is an option called as run on top of the main method. And also you see a play button here. And that play button is to run Java. So either if you want to compile and execute, either you can use this run or otherwise this play button on the top right. Both is fine. So let me click on this particular run, and now you see automatically a terminal is opened on the bottom. And can you able to see that there are comment lines which are automatically being executed, and you see the output hello Java. So initially when we are writing Java programs, we were writing comments manually, the comment Java C and the comment Java. But now coming to the IDEs, you need not to do that. There are buttons which just when you click, the Java program will start running. So we need not to write or type in any comments anymore. That's great, right? And this run option is also because of the extension pack for Java. And we had one package, one extension for font and one extension for theme. And now we did not do anything for saving it. While typing, the program automatically gets saved. So perfect. Now we are ready to go. Now the VS Code is perfectly installed and the setup is completed. So let me see you in the next video. Thank you.